Hello, my name's Emylia Hall and my new novel is called A Heart Bent Out of Shape. It's set in Lausanne in Switzerland and follows an English student called Hadley Dunn who's 19 years old, and she finds herself in the city living abroad for the first time. She's very young, very inexperienced, she's had none of life's great big experiences, and that's all set to change in this year, basically. She is full of anticipation for the year ahead and has wonderful, wonderful experiences, as well as some much darker formative times. And it turns out to be a year that she won't ever forget for all the right reasons and possibly some of the wrong reasons. I studied English literature at the University of York, and in my second year I went to Lausanne in Switzerland. Originally it was supposed to be for one semester, but I managed to swing it so that I could stay for the whole year, which was amazing. Looking back, it was just a golden year. I travelled fairly widely in Europe with my family before that, but I'd never lived abroad before. I hadn't had a year out either, and I'd never lived in a city before. My university in England was a campus university, so I'd never had that experience of being plunged into the depths of a city. And for that to happen for the first time in Lausanne, which is an incredibly elegant city on the shores of Lake Geneva, incredible backdrop of mountains and glittering water and winding streets. It's built over 3 hills, so you get fantastic views at every turn, and I just never stopped appreciating every second of that time there. And it's a place that, when I think back over my personal history, it's a place that's very, very important to me. So the opportunity to put it in a novel, I think I've probably been waiting for forever. My main character, Hadley Dunn, is studying American literature in Lausanne, which is one of the courses which I took when I was there. And she falls in love with the writing of Ernest Hemingway, much as I did. So throughout the book, the figure of Ernest Hemingway and his writing kind of lurks at every turn. There's various references laced in, some obvious, some less so, which I hope readers will sort of enjoy spotting. There's one line in particular taken from A Movable Feast, which I appropriated. Originally it's "There's never any end to Paris," and I made it "There's never any end to Lausanne." I think one of the things I'm really interested in when I'm writing about place is how places stay with us and stay close to our hearts or become a source of unrest. And I like the idea of characters' fates being bound up in the place that they find themselves in. So that's something I explore in the story. Yes, Swiss chocolate is absolutely as good as they say, and when I lived there I made it my duty to taste every variety going, and it was a very thorough study that I conducted, and I can say that my results are probably inconclusive, so I shall need to keep up this good work throughout the rest of my life by returning to Switzerland and eating their chocolate whenever possible. I couldn't resist setting a scene in a chocolate shop. So as well as all the usual places to buy chocolate, Lausanne, much like a lot of French towns, has wonderful chocolateries. So beautiful, very old style little shops that have a very exquisite atmosphere, incredible homemade chocolates, very expensive. So you go in there and you inhale the scents and you kind of just end up buying some little broken pieces or something. Certainly as a student that was what I did, but I loved that atmosphere, and there buying chocolate really is a fine art, and I had to set a scene in one such chocolate shop. So one of my favourite characters in the book, Hugo Bezier, who's a very venerable old Swiss man, strikes the attention of Hadley when she sees him in a chocolate shop, and she just marvels at his attention to detail when he's selecting his chocolates and thinks it's a wonderful thing to have that kind of lust for life and for sweet things.